The movie begins in the small Pascal butcher shop. The owners are the husband Vincent and his wife Sophie. We see that Vincent is serving his client, treats the piece of meat that he is going to sell with great affection, although his wife is not very happy, because she would like him to treat her like that. After serving, Sophie complains to her husband, because she feels that her life is miserable, and their business is about to bankrupt, and not only that, to increase their problems, some vegan activists with animal masks attack their butcher shop in protest. Vincent manages to catch one of them to get the hang of him and removes his mask, but quickly the red-haired boy's friends arrive to save him, and Sophie and Vincent end up escaping. And they have their friends Stephanie and Mark, who are also in the business of selling meat, but it is going great for them and they make a lot of money, so that they plan to open more butcher shops and brag about their good economic position. Mark gives Vincent a gift of a hunting shotgun. Vincent says he can't accept it, because he hasn't a license, but his friend insists that he take it, bragging that he has to buy a more expensive one. Later the husband and wife return home, and Sophie is envious of how well he elevates his friends, because they have a beautiful house with a pool, and they go on vacation, and she feels that she deserves something better in her life, so she tells Vincent that she wants to separate from him, because she wants a man with ambitions and who won't settle for little. At that moment, he sees a cyclist on the road, and realizes that he was the vegan activist who destroyed his business, so he stops him and runs him over to get revenge. When they get out of the car, they discover that they left everything crushed, and Sophie suggests that he should get rid of the body. Vincent takes the body to his butcher shop and does what his wife told him. He begins to shorten the redhead's body. In one of those things, one ear falls to the floor and the dog eats it. Taking advantage of the opportunity and uses it as he likes, he asks for more and Vincent gives him the other vegan ear. Then he gets an idea of what he will do with the body. The next morning, he wakes up late because he was so tired, and asks Sophie about a special ham that he can't find. She answers that it's in the slicer and she had already sold some to her usual client. Whenever, she just comes back for more of that delicious ham. Since she had never tried one like it, Vincent says we changed suppliers, so his wife asked him for some to try and to check if it tastes as good as they say. When she tastes it, she is surprised at how good it tastes, and they ask Vincent what the animal it is. He answers that it is pork from Iran. It has a new supplier who managed to get it, but there are only a few of them. Sophie didn't believe the story, and Vincent reveals that in reality, the meat is from the vegan that they killed. He thought that the best thing would be to turn it into minced meat like the one they sell, and then throw it away little by little with the expired merchandise, so that no one would notice the crime. His wife tells him that it is too tasty and encourages him to try it, but he thinks she is crazy because it is a person's meat and he doesn't want to try it. She is excited because he committed perfect crime, turning the vegan guy into meat and then selling it to their clients, and no one will notice. While they were arguing, another client arrives to buy the Iranian pork ham, since his neighbor made him try it and he was delighted with the taste, so the butchers sell it to him, and soon many more people arrives to buy the meat of the supposed pig, and they sell it like hot cakes, making their business a success. Even this cop, who also wants to buy, arrives and asks him for ribs of that fabulous Iranian pig. That night Vincent decides to try the vegan boy's last piece of meat, and discovers that in reality everyone was right. His meat is delicious. He never tried anyone like it. No wonder it sold out so quickly. Sophie thinks about what it would be like to have a vegan farm. It would be incredible for their business, but maybe if they couldn't do that, they could hunt them down and save the butcher shop from bankruptcy, which leaves Vincent thinking. The next day, their daughter Cloud arrives to visit them with her boyfriend Lucas, and at lunchtime, they find out that this boy is a human vegan. Lucas knows that a gang of vegans attacked their store, but he doesn't agree with that. He is not as extreme as them. Out of respect for her boyfriend, Cloud has decided to stop eating meat. This makes the husband and wife uncomfortable since their lunch is ruined by the boy's comments. Later, Vincent said that they will go hunting for vegans and they prepare their McPrepa. Then they go to a vegan restaurant to choose their next victim. The husband's and wife's eyes shine when they see the owner of the restaurant, a chubby good-natured vegan. That night, the couple chases him and Vincent prepares to attack him, while his wife leaves for the car. However, when he was about to hit him with a machete, Vincent regrets and runs away to get into the car. Sophie realizes that he chickened out, and believes that his problem is that doesn't have a modus operandi like the serial killers she sees in the documentaries. Then an idea occurs to her. The crazy couple poses as vegan activists to attract their victims. Thus they meet this skinny boy named Joshua, and quote him in a secluded place with the idea of attacking him. But this skinny guy arrived with his people, a young girl and a guy with shaggy hair. Also they are vegan. The girl tells them that she has the key to an industrial butcher shop. Upon hearing this, Vincent is encouraged to attack the butcher shop, because it is his snooty friend Mark's shop. So the people are vegan and the crazy couple they leave in their antique vehicle. Then they give them some animal masks, and the old man asks Vincent if they know each other, because he seems to have seen him before. Vincent answers no way. "We are florists." The vegan says that he used to work in the pig slaughterhouse, and Joshua told him that to get forgiveness he has to kill the same number of butchers. Here Vincent's bread sweated cold. After that, they put on their suits and started to go on a rampage in Mark's butcher shop. He took the opportunity to get even, because he didn't like him. Later, in the restaurant the spouses argue because Vincent no longer wants to catch vegans, so Sophie says that he is a coward, and the butcher leaves angry. The waiter approaches to talk to Sophie and then takes her to his house. There he tells her that he is a vegan and she gets an idea, because the guy is interested. They kiss and she offers him to enter her house, and she tells her husband that she has gotten a pig from Iran, and they have kissed. That makes Vincent jealous, so he decides to attack him, and when he finds out that this vegan guy wants to sleep with his wife, he beats him to the death, committing his second crime. This time with his wife cuts the guy to prepare the red meat. The next day, they receive a call from Stephanie and Mark. What happens is that they already realize that the vegans attacked their butcher shop. The psychotic husbands continue selling the vegan meat and customers line up to buy it, until it is sold out again. How their business is going super well, they catch another vegan, this time a chubby guy from the restaurant, and so they continue with their modus operandi of posing as vegan activists to get closer to their next victims. From here, it begins the hunting of vegans by the crazy couple. As more vegans hunted, their business was improving and more people came to buy the supposed Iranian pork. They even raised the prices. One night, they meet this chubby vegan called Wing, and he thinks he is going to meet a group of vegan activists, and he starts to choose his mask, but what he doesn't know is that Vincent will take out his machete to attack him. Fortunately, Wing realizes this and manages to escape into the forest in time. The hunter husbands chase him. While Wing ran away he had a heart attack and leaves stiff on the ground. The next day, the psychopathic husbands go to their friends' houses to invite them Iranian pork, which they consider very delicious. What they don't know is that they were eating Wing. Now Vincent and Sophie have more money, and they no longer feel any less. Mark finds a pacemaker inside the meat that he was eating, and Stephanie says that it is indeed a pacemaker. She recognizes it because she works in a hospital. What happens is that Wing suffered from a heart condition. He tries to deny it, but they are not convinced. Then they have an argument and Vincent insults them. Here they hold on to each other. And in careless act he rips off his ear and chews it, enjoying it with his face, but he doesn't finish eating it because it tastes disgusting. After that, they leave and Vincent became more and more deranged. The one who didn't want to hunt the vegans before, has now become a complete hunter and applies the techniques of wild predators to catch his victims. Vincent posing as vegans goes to a fair called Planet Vegan. In that place, they meet their daughter and her boyfriend Lucas. The boy gets angry, he thinks they shouldn't be there because it's not a place for butchers. That's what the vegan with long hair heard, who realized they were lied. At the exit of the fair, the husbands capture this woman because they were not going to leave empty-handed. At night, while Vincent was preparing her, he heard a knock on the door. It was police officers who wanted to make sure that everything going well with his business, and told him about the investigation into disappearance of the vegans, but they don't have many clues. Furthermore, the policeman wanted him who sells him a piece of pork, because he likes it too much. The butcher manages to get him out before he discovers his victim. Later, Vincent is worried because they are already investigating and he fears that they might catch him soon, so he already wants to stop hunting and return to his normal life, because they already saved the butcher's shop. His wife tries to make up him so that he doesn't give up hunting, because it's going too well for them. Suddenly, the doorbell rings and Lucas had arrived to talk to them. He only came to apologize for the afternoon's argument, and he feels stressed about the missing vegans. Sophie hinted to her husband that he could be their next victim. However, this time Vincent doesn't fall for her manipulation and takes the boy out of his house. The next day, customers arrive to buy the famous Iranian pork. Vincent tells everyone that meat is already finished and it is now final. The pig farmer has retired, and the customers no longer interested in the other meats, so they leave. Sophie tells him, "You see, I told you, we will no longer have clients, and all because you are a coward." That offends Vincent and leaves disappointed, because everything he did for her and he doesn't feel valued. Sophie stays in the business when suddenly the vegan arrived next to the people. Hours later, Vincent returns home and discovers that the vegan's car was nearby, finding out that they have been discovered. Meanwhile, the vegans had kidnapped Sophie and they want to know why they have been lied. Clearly they don't sell flowers, and the vegan will finish her off. But before that happens, Vincent arrives to save her along with his dog. Here begins the final battle of the vegans against the butchers. The dog attacks the man with long hair, and Vincent throws a machete at the girl. Now only the skinny guy is left, and they start to fight. The vegan is stronger and he crosses him with a sharpener. Sophie takes the opportunity to free herself, and gives the skinny guy a hook, leaving him stiff. Afterwards she rescued her husband, although they were their last victims, since they were later caught and now they are part of the list of serial killers. For 3 months, they attacked more than 30 vegans to consume them and sell their meat. Their capture was achieved thanks to Mark and Stephanie, who began to suspect them, because Vincent ate his ear and also because of the pacemaker, and no one knew where the psychopathic couple got the pig from Iran, and they was sentenced to life in prison, and the movie ends.